with this. And that's why typically when I host trading news, one thing I typically look at is the major crosses, which is going to be the euro dollar or the pound dollar, anything that has the dollar as a cross rate. So one thing that we always want when we're trading on a day-to-day basis is the low spread from the ATR ratio. Because we know how much it moves on a day-to-day basis, we're really looking at the cost behind that. So one thing that we've outlined here is the spread compared to the ATR. So we see that the best currency throughout this section is really the euro dollar. And one thing that we always denote as the euro dollar is the most liquid currency out of all the major crosses. So typically when I'm trading a euro event or even a US event, that's the main currency that I typically focus on, and it's really a result of because all this data that we see compiled for the major currencies. So global trading hours. So these are all in Eastern Standard Time. So I've gotten a lot of questions about this, but basically this is how, this is basically how the 24-hour market works for the currency market. Is we see Asia starting 1900. So it's easier when we take a look at this from Sunday or Monday point of view, the beginning of the week. So when it's still Sunday evening in New York, or 1900 in New York, that's when we see the Asian markets open. So it crosses all the way into Monday now. So this is Monday, zero Eastern Monday in New York. That's when we see the Asian session continue. And right when it's about to close, that's when we see the European markets come online. But the best thing that we see here is when the European markets are in kind of the midday trading, that's when we actually see the US market open up. And that's when typically we see the highest level of liquidity at the same time as the highest level of volatility coming across the currency market. And of course, this is all based on the developments that we found at FXCM. So one thing that we denote here is there's always deeper liquidity when markets cross over. So taking a look at this next table, this is just an average